now for the bit that we've all been waiting for. Well, I definitely have. The Min 400, the racing is starting. So this is the prologue day. The guys are going to be getting out there, getting around on the track and setting their start times for the main event tomorrow. And now is when it gets really exciting. Full throttle. America does off-road off-road racing. I think I'm going to probably explode with excitement when the first 50 cars come past. Okay, we're at the qualifying races right trackside. So BF Goodrich are the main sponsor of the Min 400, which means they've got a VIP area and we get to be right up front. Okay, so in this room they are pulling from the 37 different cameras and then sending them out to work out what clips, making sure that you're getting all of the right graphics, logos, race numbers, the text that's going over the top, timings. You've got vehicles coming off the line, you know, I don't actually know how quickly they are, but you've got vehicles coming off the line over and over and they're like lining up the footage. They've got drones out there, helicopters on the track, on the ground, in cars, and they're pulling it all in, bam, taking it out. Next time I watch any kind of live sport TV, I will have a completely new understanding of what it takes to deliver all of those different angles, the action, like that, to our TVs. Amazing setup. Min 400 behind the scenes. That is the Min 400 commentators. So they've got a group of guys on the analytics looking at the live tracking, the results, feeding the information through to them. You can see they've got big headsets on, and then they are commentating live on all the action that's going out. So a combination of what we've just seen with the 37 cameras, the teams, processing all that, labeling all up. You've then also got humans commentating and storytelling all of that stuff. Vegas is absolutely wild. Actually, I should tell you that I'm not in Vegas, I'm actually in Venice. This is the Venetian. We are going to a sushi restaurant tonight. And I know I told you we're going to go to the racetrack next, but this place is so unreal, I couldn't not share it. Like, the magnitude, the scale of it. Someone wants to be in the video. Oh, both of them.
Don't worry,
but look at this. Where are we?
We're in Venice.
Mm-hmm. We're in Venice. We have a trophy truck transporter, and we have left Vegas. We've gone to Venice. Now we're going to dinner. The magnitude of these places in Vegas is what I just cannot put across in these videos. We have been walking for about 10 minutes and we're pretty much just walking past gambling machines and places to eat and drink in every direction. That is welcome to Vegas, baby. European abroad in this or Brit in Vegas, it's just mind blown. Back for the Min 400! The race is kicking off today, so Vanessa priorities, we all know I get really hungry and I'm pretty dangerous when I haven't eaten, so I'm in the VIP tent getting some breakfast and some coffee. The race is going to be kicking off very, very soon, so we're going to do a grid walk. Don't know if you'll be able to hear me mic-wise, so I'm just telling you now that we're going to be doing the grid walk. We're going to be seeing all the trucks, everything up close and personal, and then the race is going to be kicking off. You are going to be with me through the behind the scenes of the whole day. And don't forget, coming up, I'm going to be going up. And it's going to get really exciting. The engines are starting up. Oh, I wish I could really do justice. What is going on here? Good morning, everyone. As we see all these guys starting to warm up their engines, it's probably worth giving you a couple of stats and information about the Min 400. So this is the biggest, most famous, probably most badass off-road race going in the US. It's been going a pretty long time. It's the Min 400. The 400 is a clue in that you're looking at a 400-mile race, 100-mile laps. So they're going to go out, they're going to have to do 4 laps. It starts here, right where we can see. You've actually got some berms, some banks, some jumps, pretty sporty stuff. And then it's going to hoon off into the desert. There are some really throaty engines. Now remember that these trophy trucks have got up to 1,000 horsepower plus inside them. They are absolute lethal weapons. And when you see them hooning it down these straights at 152 miles an hour off-road, oh, the adrenaline is going to be going. Now, they're going to be released off the start line every minute. The start line is up over behind me over here. You can see the towers and the flames. And then it's timed. So the guy with the fastest time is going to be the one taking home the trophy. Now, we're anticipating the winning guys are going to do this in about 7 hours. And there is a 13-hour cutoff. So some of the competitors won't finish them in 400, but that is all part of the challenge and why racing is so much fun to do and watch. So that shock right there, the cooling chamber to keep that shock at temperature for effective operation is nearly the size of the overall shock. And if you think about the speed and the impact that the shocks are getting, I've actually never seen shock absorbers with like external cooling devices that use the airflow to keep it cool. There's a whole world out there beyond motorbikes. I'm not leaving motorbikes, don't worry people. But I definitely have some excitement for 4 wheels. Pretty critical. Now, something I learned in my recent rally training, the fire extinguisher systems on these trucks. I thought, you know, you get in there, you've got this fire extinguisher that goes off and you probably feel like you're in a washing machine. Cool, you're safe. They're actually designed to give you like 30 to 40 seconds to get the hell out of the car. It's not going to put it out, it very rarely does, but it's hopefully enough time for you to get out of there before you're a human fire kebab ball thing. But you can see this one has actually got an additional extinguisher. This is just on the side, this is to be used by hand. There is going to be a full system inside. Normally there's 3 or 4 jets inside the engine and a couple in the cab to try and cool that fire down so you can get out. We've got sad boards on the back. Even with tires that come up to my belly button, you can get stuck. Those things could be the difference between you digging your way out, not finishing the race. Okay, as a female who also races, I get super excited when I see other chicks out there proving that it doesn't matter what gender we are. So Jennifer Jenkins, how are you feeling about the race?
Feel great. So
Yeah?
We're very familiar with this course. We've raced it a lot of times.
Okay.
So yeah, we're feeling pretty good.
How long have you been doing this stuff?
7 years now.
Wow, okay.
So 7 years I've been co-driving for Connor McMullen and it's been great.
Amazing. And what would be your tip to somebody else, not necessarily female, male or female, who wants to get into motorsports? What would be your tip for that?
Tip for that? Just do it. Don't think about it, because if you think about it, you're not going to want to get in. So just get in there and don't think about it and just do it.
Just do it. I
Just do
really
it.
like that. And that's actually probably one of the things I often think about, because you'll never regret doing it.
Nope. Never.
But and then when you do it, you'll be like, why didn't I do it sooner?
Yep, it's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, amazing. So lovely to meet you. Good luck.
Yes, thank you.
Rubber side down.
Yes, always.
Okay, in the garage yesterday, I was telling you about the refueling process where it's really intense on time. We've got a really visual example here. So this is a venting and a filling system that enables them to put the fuel in. Now these trucks have anywhere up to like 110, 20 gallons of fuel in them. So one of these pipes is letting the fuel in and the other one is letting the air out, and that prevents it getting a pressure lock so that they can get that fuel in. Look at the girth of that pipe. Okay, well, I'm going to give you an example of the sheer volume size of these. These weigh like 2.7-ish ton, but look at the ground clearance. I could literally, I'm actually going to do it. I could sit on the ground and pretty much be underneath this car. Huge, but the ground clearance, some of the straights on this track, you're watching these cars like boom, 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 boom. Some of the whoops are like this deep, and they just suck it up with the suspension travel, the monstrous tiles. Massive trophy trucks, baby. Mega advantage of being out here with BF Goodrich is we get sexy vests, but the sexy vest is more than just a sexy vest. This actually enables us with our sexy wristband that says media to go track side. So we are going to be getting some dope footage. Just been watching Yolo Freeman sort of kid up, ready to get in her rally car. That sounds really like gross. It was not like in a weird watching her get ready kind of way. It was in a fascinated way, and looking at the kit she's wearing. She's got fire retardant socks, base layers, the full race suit. She's got her neck support for her helmet. She's got the balaclava under her helmet. You've also got to think about what you do with your hair, because the hair catches fire. So if you're in a fire, you need to be having all that hair like tucked into your equipment. The helmet's going on, and then the bit that really blows my mind with these kind of level truck racing is the helmet has a pipe coming into the side with a snood that engages down into your race suit, and that pumps air around your helmet. So if you think about the dust that these guys are going to be out in, and girls, being able to breathe is pretty important to being able to race for 7-8 hours, and so they have a clean airflow source going around their helmet to keep that air into their lungs fresh. When the American national anthem has been sung, you know it's ready to race. Camera on the start line's backing off, which, giving the truck space, that could be a sign. 90 seconds till go. We're about 40 seconds to the first car coming off the start line, but we're being pulled away because apparently we're going somewhere like cooler to watch, but it means I'm not going to get the first guy going off the start line. But you can feel the energy is in the air. I wonder where we're going. Yeah, so we're actually going trackside. You can see the crowd behind. That is why we're being hustled on. This is an insane experience with BF Goodrich. I'm on the side of the track now. Woo! This is bonkers. We are 40 meters from the start line now. It's happening. Start line, pole position, viewing spot. Okay, this is truck number 1, fastest qualifying time. He's going to be the first one off the track, opening the course. Added intensity, so the first guy has just gone off the line. He won the qualifying yesterday, he's out on his own. For the rest, it's 2 off the line in one go, which means they've got this first stretch to get in front and get out of the dust, or not be in the dust. This is insane. Wow. If you can hear me, these guys are doing
they release. This is absolutely unreal. This is the start line of the Mint 400. They are the guys right there. I am 2 meters from their tyres. I actually feel the heat of the engine and the exhaust coming out as they pull off this start line. I'm on the start line of the Mint 400. Literally, that is the front of the car, the rear of the tyre, and they're going to be pulling out meters from my head. This is unbelievably insane. When they pull away, not only do your eardrums feel like they're going to explode, but you get smacked in the face by the heat of the exhaust in the engine. You ready? Unreal. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That was one of the most epic experiences ever. Full on flag dropping in the races off the start line of the Mint 400. Pinch me! The behind the scenes adventures continue. We are in the car park. We're on the hunt for a truck right now because we're going to get in a truck and go trackside out into the desert and get some trackside action. Little Vanessa's brain is pretty much this close to us going with excitement. Oh, look at the track we're going in. Oh my goodness. What? Oh my god, shotgun! Shotgun! She did it. She did it. We are in the wagon. So Jeep Wranglers have got a little bit of a soft spot for me. Went to university in North Carolina. Whilst at university out there on exchange, realised that loads of the hot guys had Jeep Wranglers and fell in love with them. On the way home from the airport, having landed back in the UK, I found a Wrangler in the UK and they're a little bit harder to come by. And went to see it on the way home. I might have bought it, run that for about 4 years, and then realised that if I ever wanted to be able to afford to buy a house, I needed to get rid of that car because it was like 18 miles per gallon. So I had to say goodbye and I sold the Jeep. But it means I've got a proper soft spot for these things. Look at it! We're tracking along the side of the highway and the racetrack. So I don't know if you can see off into the distance, there's just poofs of dust on the horizon. The competitors are hooning it down there. We're in the Jeep, getting ourselves out into the desert to get an amazing vantage point. But even just the stuff that we're driving along now gives you a little bit of a taster of the sort of terrain that these competitors are battling. And obviously someone that does desert racing, the understanding of sand. Oh no, we've got a competitor coming back towards us. Oh, sad times. Actually, good news, that wasn't a competitor. It was someone on backseat race control. So it wasn't a competitor being out, but we have got a little bit of radio insight. So Adam here in the back seat, he's on the comms. He has a radio frequency transmitter and he's like tuned into the frequency of updates. Listening to Weatherman. We just heard there's a biker down. He's okay, but he's got problems with his front wheel. That's a shame. We've had a rolled vehicle and they're also having some helicopter issues because the wind's actually pretty strong. Now the strong winds aren't going to be great for the helicopter and the rescuing. I don't know what the regulations are here as to whether races continue without helicopter support. You know, sometimes in races that I've been in, if the helicopter can't fly, competitors don't fly. But there is the advantage with the stronger winds for the visibility for the riders out there. A good gust of wind is going to be clearing that dust. That's going to help them see what's going on. We have parked up at a section of racetrack. I'm going to put my flask up there for a moment. And we are going to jump out here and watch some of the competitors come past. So it's pretty windy. Okay, let's get out. Let's see some racing. Oh, okay, I'm really not very agile. My hip is a really big truck to get out of. Ow. God, how do I survive on a motorbike? I can barely walk. Anyway, we survive. 2 trucks are inbound. So let me just quickly show you what it is that they're going to be hitting when they come through. We've got this massive berm and quite a dug out track. They're going to be hooning it past going down there. I'm going to stand back and gauge what it looks like with the trucks, but these guys are saying we can get relatively close, but they are inbound. Oh my goodness, coming in hot. We actually got like a shower of stones on us as they went past. That was mental. I'm going to show you the track a little bit more carefully. Are we good for a minute? 30 seconds? So this is the size of the terrain that they're riding through. You can see it's deep. I am standing in the middle of the racetrack. This is absolutely insane. Biff Goodrich Tyres, thank you so much for making this happen. I'm going to show you these guys hooning it past, and obviously I'm going to get out of the racetrack. There's one coming. As legal crack level as like being in vehicles or on motorbikes, but this has got to be as close as a high you can get to not being actually the one racing. Woo! Oh shit. Unreal. Okay, so I've got a DJ action camera. He's currently sitting duck in the middle. If you die, little camera, rest in peace. You've been amazing, but I don't think you will die because you are bomb-proof. That is why you go over GGI. Car's coming. Wild, absolutely wild. The pace that they're coming through in. We are heading back to the paddock now, which is where the start and finish line is. Buzzing, adrenaline. We're going to get some lunch and then it's going to get even more epic. So the update on the DJI, these are absolutely bomb-proof cameras. I've full on driven over this on a Harley Davidson. Sadly, I've cracked the lens case. That second car totally wiped it out. But it's an action camera, it's what it's made for. So that little screen is totally replaceable. So I'll just get another one. And the footage, it's worth it. But I'm going to get on the DJI's website and order a new lens cover now. Oops. We are going up, going airborne. We got a helicopter, and if being trackside wasn't mad enough, BF Goodrich have lined up for us to see it from the air. And from the group that have already gone up, let's just say Nikki looked like she was going to vomit half of her guts out. I think he's a pretty sporty driver. Not quite sure what my helicopter gut is like, because the last experience I had in a helicopter was being rescued from the desert in Tunisia. You can see that video on my channel as well. Let's fingers crossed that I don't get motion sickness. But the footage, the energy, the excitement, let's do this. Getting in. Into the helicopter. So I'm in a helicopter. Pilot's coming in. Now it's going to get really noisy because it's a helicopter, which means I'm not going to be able to talk to you and show you what's going on, but you're going to see the footage. So let's cue chasing rally cars in a helicopter in the desert, Mint 400 helicopter style. So not sure if the audio is going to pick this up, it's pretty loud in a helicopter, but basically Travis here is just on the radio and we've had the heads up as to where the lead competitors are, so we are disappearing across the desert. You can see the terrain going past. We've actually got a competitor down below us in front. We're getting up pretty close and personal. Now there are a lot of electricity pylons, mountains and stuff that we've got to deconflict with, but apparently we're going to be getting pretty down and dirty. I have confidence in his piloting skills. I think this is going to be a wild ride, and hopefully I'm not going to test out the sick bags. That was mental. I very nearly was sick, but I wasn't sick. Travis is amazing. I guess he dealt with like people feeling sick, passengers before, so he started quizzing me about my motorcycle racing and then totally distracted my mind, and then I wasn't sick. Winner, winner. But chasing rally cars at 30 feet from the ground in a helicopter, that is one massive life tick box. That was insane. It's about to head back up again with another group of people. We're going to head to the VIP tent, get away from the rain, because it's actually raining here, which is pretty insane. Wow. Awesome! Look who I've found! Gabby Downing. So, freaking proper legend. I met you briefly on the parade.
Yes.
Limousine, desert race. How on earth do you come to do that? Actually, no, do you want to introduce yourself first?
Introduce myself? I don't really even know where to start. Oh, introduce.
Introduce yourself.
Social media content creator. I build and race my own cars, and you know, the Mint 400 is just one of the many races and events that I like to participate in. This last year and this year, me and my teammate Jim York, we built a 1999 Lincoln Town Car limousine. The last car you would expect to be out on a desert race.
Limousine.
It's fun.
There is a sad reason why you're standing here next to me right now, though, and not out there in the desert. Yes, they didn't quite go to plan, hey?
No, it didn't. The limo's actually still out there. It's still out there. We were about 75% like done with the race. It's an endurance style race. It's more about finishing instead of being first.
Yeah.
5 miles in, our front drive shaft exploded and it's somewhere in the desert. And then our transmission overheated and melted all of our clutches. So we were stuck in third gear. And then we were going through whip section. It was just super choppy than it was last year. And just, bam, it just snapped our front axle like in half. It was a truss supported, like braced front axle we just fixed, broke, just clean in half. And unfortunately, because it's double framed, 10,000 pounds, no one can get to it. So it's in the desert for now until maybe like tomorrow or the next day.
You're gonna have to have a serious recovery.
Me physically,
Not
no.
you. No, it's in the cars.
Oh, the limo,
recovery
yeah.
vehicle.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
yeah.
how do you
Yeah.
recover a limousine?
They need like a
from
30-foot
the
crane.
desert?
They need a crane and like giant forklifts, but it's like out in no man's land. So
Yeah. Okay, big question. I always like asking this because loads of people look at what I'm up to and are like, how do you even begin to start doing that? Female, gender, totally irrelevant. What would be your recommendations to someone wanting to try and get into motorsports?
I mean, you just gotta go for it. The best resource. So motorsports is very expensive. The best resource is being resourceful. So you just gotta go for it. You know, it's gonna be scary and intimidating.
So badass.
I know.
There's 3 of them on top of each other right there.
Wow! What a pass!
So these guys have just come round on the beginning of a lap, which means they might be onto their final lap by now.
Maybe. I
Half
have no
3.
idea. That's so
It's
rad.
so exciting watching it.
The limo doesn't go that fast. It went like
Okay.
25 miles an hour. We still broke it.
Yeah. Okay, so being resourceful.
Yeah, just being resourceful with what you had. Like, I grew up very poor. I, got through with social media and was able to find partners and myself into motorsport opportunities, like being a guest driver. And instead of taking the money and building a car, like, I got myself into cars just by, via content creation. So being resourceful is the best resource you can have.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
And networking and just being a good person, because this world is very small.
That is true. That is true. I always find a smile goes a really long way.
And just treating people like actual people.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Yeah, of
Lovely
course.
to meet you.
It was
Keep
so nice to meet you.
being a total badass. Maybe one day we can do some kind of
Collaboration
thing. So
I
if
would
anyone
love
has any
to.
ideas of what us 2 could do together, get in the comments because that would be absolutely mad fun.
Yes, that'd be really fun. Like, you're rad with everything that you do. So
Maybe not a limousine though, because the whole like snapping.
yeah, don't be limiting yourself. That's what I said the first time too. I looked at my partner Jim. He's a big limo guy, stunt guy, has like the limo world record jump. Like, he's insane. He's like, why don't we do the mint in a limo? And I'm
Why
like,
not though? Why not? If you've
Okay.
got a dream, go and make it happen.
There you go. Exactly.
Amazing.
Yes. Appreciate it.
Okay, the Mint 400 is a pretty epic place for meeting badass freaking ladies. So we've got Sara Price. I met your other half in Iceland earlier this year. So if you check out my Iceland video, Ricky Brabeck, Dakar, Honda factory rider. Freaking what a cool couple.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
That's pretty badass. So can you do like a little intro to, like, what do you do? Who are you?
So I'm Sara Price, and I'm a professional off-road racer. I usually am in one of these trucks you see behind us, but I'm now in a UTV, a Can-Am, and trying to actually get to the car. So we
so cool.
finished yesterday and we won, so it's pretty cool.
Mad cool. So what's the difference between yesterday's race and today's?
Yesterday was the limited classes, so today is the unlimited. So the
Cool.
big trucks with unlimited suspension. Yesterday you have limited horsepower, limited suspension vehicles, and so different
And
classes.
side by side.
Yes.
Amazing. Okay, so you just mentioned the big D.
Yes.
When are you hoping to get to Dakar? And what's
Hopefully
your
this
training
next
plan?
year.
Oh wow, Turbo! It is raining. Come to Las Vegas, they said. It'll be freaking sunny and
It
hot,
is
they
the
said.
craziest
Let's get
weather.
inside. Let's run to the tent. Oh my god. Okay, we're not gonna cut the interview short. We're just gonna hide from the rain.
Yeah. Everyone's in here now.
Yeah, everyone's in here. So next year. So
That's
you've
the
got
goal.
like 10 months.
Yes, we got 10 months.
Okay, what June stuff have you done? What's the plan with that?
I grew up in the dunes, and so I do Sonora every year, which I'm preparing for right now is next month. And so Sonora's up next, and then the training for that, and then also to get to the car to figure out right now is the business side of everything. So
Yeah, getting to the start line is as hard as getting to the finish, they say, right?
100%.
Well, that's absolutely amazing. Okay, so I've got a question I've been asking loads of
Okay.
the ladies that I've been here with today. What's your recommendation for someone wanting to get into this?
So my recommendation is go be about it, go be around it, go meet people, and you'll realize that the community is pretty awesome and welcoming, and that is your foot in. So an opportunity arises, just take it.
Well, I wish you all the best
Thank
with your
you.
Dakar goals. That's epic.
Thank you.
And I look forward to following it.
Yes.
You can obviously check her out on her social channels as well. Sara Price, thanks so much.
Yes, of course.
Keep being a badass.
Thanks, guys.
We have braved it out of the VIP tent into the sunshine, and when we decided to go for a walk just now, it was actually raining. Mental weather going on here. So we're going for a little walk around the Min 400 setup. There's this whole like exhibition area, and gonna have a look and see what's going on. The competitors will probably get the winning cars, trucks coming in at about 45 minutes, so we've got a little bit of time to wander around. But there's a pretty cool fact that I've just found out about the Min 400, and that is it's very easy to look at motorsports and motorcycling and just think that there's this whole negative impact on the environment. You know, there's lots of fuel and tires and all that kind of stuff. But the Min 400 have this desert cleanup initiative. So before the Min 400, every year they spend a chunk of time going out into the desert and clearing it up, pulling up all of the trash and the rubbish and getting it better than it was before they come in, and then after the race they do the same thing again. So actually it's having a positive impact on the environment around here, which I think is mega sweet.
Doing another tag team out there, pretty impressive.
About 4 or 5 years ago, race that I've not been able to share. So obviously I'm a motorbike
That's
lover.
badass. Give it up for him here, Pray and overalls.
So I desperately tried to line up during the race on
Hell yeah, you can. Look at this. Look at this.
on a motorcycle. I don't know if you can hear me with the speakers. It's pretty loud. I've got
But first.
So anyway, there has been a full motorbike race going on at the same time, and I haven't managed to see any of it
Everybody's got their
because.
videos ready.
Oh shit, he's about to do a burnout.
I know.
I think he's gonna go burnout.
You guys are on it for yourselves, because I'm not.
Sweet, that was pretty sick. So there's a whole motorcycle race going on at the same time at the Min 400. Maybe I'll come and race it sometime. But yeah, that was the winner. They tag team it. Obviously it's a 400-mile race. 400 miles is quite a long way.
So one of the big things about so they wanted to branch out.
Kind of just coming over the finish line. We're looking at, I think it was just over 7 hours. And if you look at that driving footage, they're like this. 7 hours. Sometimes they get internal bleeding. We're heading over to the finisher stage podium, and we're going to see that winning trophy truck come in. I am stood meters away from the unofficial winning truck. I say unofficial because they've still got to do the final time checks, penalties, make sure that the cars are actually as they're meant to be, etc. And then they'll be awarded winner. But you can see that beast has had a little bit of battering. Parked out behind, we've got the rest of the trucks as they're coming in, and we've got 3 over the line so far.
By looking at the car, you can see how nice it looks. By looking at the truck, you can see how nice it still looks.
Yeah.
Here comes the next second place in. So
This is the winning car. This is wild.
got the tires, looks super
Oh,
nice.
we got a little bit of
Got a little bit of road rash right
a little bit of missing. Okay.
Awesome, nice job, nice job.
If you check out number 3 car behind me, you'll spot that something is missing on the back of the wagon. Turns out that wasn't actually a used tyre, they've lost it. So if you look at the side wing, you can actually see where it's ripped out. But I've just been learning something pretty cool about the tyre development at BF Goodrich. And one of the reasons why the Goodrich tyres are so good, and I mean you can see the first 3 vehicles already are all running those tyres, there's a reason. I'm sure tyres obviously help your one bit of traction with the ground, but they have an engineer at every single race like this, and that engineer, I don't know if you can see him still, yeah, he's in the blue shirt over here. He sneaks around and looks at all of the vehicles, all the competitors. He takes photos, he inspects them, he talks to people, and he takes like real-time on-the-ground feedback from how the tyres are performing. Looking at the wear, looking at the fail points, and analysing all of that to feed it back into the development, so future tyres are learning from exactly what is going on down on the race track, out in the desert, wherever these different races are. That is a wrap here in Las Vegas with the Mint 400. We have had the first, second and fourth trophy trucks in the unlimited class come over the finish line. What an epic adventure. Thank you to BF Goodrich Tyres for having me, for bringing me out here and letting me see it in such an epic way behind the scenes and share it with you. I super hope you have enjoyed the experience. Let me know any questions that you have in the comments and I will do my very best to answer them or find answers to them. And let me know if you've enjoyed this video and if there's anything you'd like to see me doing in the future. Tick the bell so you get notifications. I'm Vanessa Rutt, the girl on a bike, over and out from here, out in Nevada, Mint 400.